Imagine this. You sit down to study for that all-important final exam that you procrastinate to study for like you do every time. So you sit down, you open your book, and you start studying. Now, you're doing this for a while, but all of a sudden you start getting distracted because in the room next to you, you hear loud sounds coming from it. It's your brother, and he's playing Minecraft YouTube videos as loud as he can on the speaker in his room. Now, this happens to me every time I try to study in my room, and I'm sure something like this has happened to you while you've had to try to study. There are so many distractions while studying that affect us every day. There's television, social media, cell phones, Xbox, and video games, computers, and even virtual reality to this day that plague 21st century students. But what if I told you that there was a way that you could combat this problem to help you study and do better on tests? For many of us here. Music. Music has been around since the dawn of time and has affected many people for centuries. Now, how can music help people like us, students? Well, music has shown to help students with concentrating on their studying. However, you might be thinking that music is a distraction and can really just distract you while you're studying and testing. However, I did a poll of students, and around 80% of students, throughout Colorado believe that that music is not a distraction while studying and testing. During a study session, students will listen to 73 minutes of music, and so they listen to music for 40% of the time while studying, and that's just on average. So music plays a huge role on studying, and obviously many students listen to music while studying. So it's obvious that music plays a huge role in studying, and that for some people, they think that it helps them. Overall, many students believe that it helps them stay on task as it drowns out the background noise while studying and while testing. Many studies have shown that it can be less distracting and can keep students more focused on the task at hand. Another way music can help students while testing or studying is with anxiety. I'm sure most of you have experienced anxiety while testing, and it can really affect students' grades while they're testing. And there's an easy way to fix this, and it's by listening to calm music. Music affects neurons in the brain, and when listening to music, it can cause excitement in the neurons. Now, when you're overcome with anxiety, just listening to calm music will affect the neurons and help calm you down, and it can help you be more active while you're testing. In a study of college test takers, students were given a test. Half of the students were given a test, and they were listening to calm music, and half the students were listening to obnoxious music. And overall, the students who listened to calm music had a lower heartbeat, a lower blood sugar, and compared to the people who listened to obnoxious music while testing. This shows that music can really help your anxiety be lower while testing, and can even make you do. And what's even more interesting about this study was that for most people, it actually, who listened to calm music, made them do better on the tests, and they overall had better grades than the people who listened to obnoxious music. So this would suggest that music doesn't only affect your anxiety and keep you more concentrated on the task at hand, but it even can affect your ability to do well on tests. Yeah. In another study of 10 to 12-year-old children were told to write a story on whatever they wanted while listening to music in the background. And overall, it didn't really affect their literary component, but overall the teachers found that their stories were more interesting and more exciting than students who were in another room writing a story without the music. And the children said that they found that when they were writing the story, they were more relaxed and more comfortable while writing the story. This shows us how music can really affect someone's brain while writing or studying and testing. And it just seems that music can affect neurons in the brain to help induce creativity and overall wellness on the test or writing. Now, can there be some drawbacks to listening to music while testing or studying? Possibly. Studies show that listening to music with lyrics while reading from a book can actually jumble up like what you're hearing and what you're studying, so you might not get as much as you would out of it as you would if you were just listening to, like, let's say instrumental music or classical music. And another drawback of this could be listening to music while studying. Like if you listen to classical music while studying, but then you listen to rap music while testing, you might not get the same advantage that you would if you were just listening to classical music while studying and classical music while taking the test. And obviously, as I said earlier, obnoxious music can really be distracting, increase your anxiety, and overall just affect your grade on the test. Overall, music is a huge part of daily life for most people, and it can really be the difference maker for some students who could use that extra bit of help on testing and studying. I just want to leave you with this. Next time when you study, go ahead and listen to that favorite band of yours. You never know, you might get that A in the class you never thought you would. Thank you.